We got a question from Dave, and actually it's a really easy question for me to answer, Dave. What are your thoughts on bigger, faster, stronger program for high school football players? You might not know this, Dave, but I worked for that corporation for a couple of years. If you can find the old videos, which are kind of fun, like the power clean and its variations, it's like a 1 hour video. That's me. I'm doing the power clean video. I'll be at workshops sometimes, and it's weird to think of how long I've been in the business, because a balding coach with 30 plus years experience in the weight room will come and say, I watched your videos when I was first coming up. And I'll be like, oh my God, I feel old. In one of the videos, Greg Shepard says something that's not right. And I wanted to correct him, but it was his video. So I had to power clean 315 pounds 10 straight times for the video. And he kept telling me that my finish was incorrect because I was finishing here, and he taught that you were supposed to look at the ceiling as you finished. Well, might be possible with 135 pounds, but with that load, it's not possible. And I didn't feel like it was my place to correct him. And I look back in hindsight and I realize I should have corrected him then, because people are listening to and make that not solid coaching point. For those you don't know, Bigger, Faster, Stronger is a combination of just about everything in one program. There's nutritional things, there's warm-up, there's agility stuff. The strength program is based on combining power lifts and Olympic lifts. They really pushed the trap bar before anybody else even knew about it. They only Olympic lift 1 day a week. It has box squats. It's towel bench press or bounce bench press now. I don't know what to call it now. The system is pretty simple. You'd start off, week 1 is three sets of 3. Week 2 is 5 sets of 5. Week 3 is a bit of a heavy week. I think it's 5-3 as many. And then week 4 was always the problem, and I feel like my work cleaned it up quite a bit. We changed the numbers around. Basically, it was a deload week that made sense to no one at all. Week 4, you're supposed to break your personal records. Is it a good program for high school football? Yeah. Now, in their marketing, they'll argue that you break 37 personal records a week. Well, one of the things, and it's not a bad idea for a high school program, is that every August when you start up on the program again, you threw out all your old records. So even though you've been lifting the program for 3 years, on your 4th year, when you squat 135 for 3, you broke a new personal record. And so, is it a good program? Yeah, it's fine. It certainly needs tweaks. It needs good coaching. It needs a lot of record keeping. So there are issues with it. For those who've never coached high school football, record keeping, you're not looking at 1 or 2 athletes. You're looking at 60 to 90 athletes you're keeping the records for. So that can add up. And you practically need a full-time, and I was very lucky because I just had TAs to do this for me, but student assistants, to keep track of. So if you do break a record here and it's worthy of going up on the board, that transition, I spent a lot of time typing with this little machine to put the new records up. So that would be, to me, that would be the most difficult thing. But here's the thing. It's the most difficult, but it's also the most important. So yes, I think it's a very good program. And is it perfect? No. We were actually more successful in our system with Jim Wendler's 5-3-1. But if you listen to what I just explained with Bigger, Faster, Stronger, BFS and 5-3-1 are actually in very close. The reason it was easier for me was because I had those dedicated tumbling days once every 2 weeks, and also to a system we called the warm-up is the workout. That's where we did all of our kettlebell work. So for the first 45 minutes for our weight group, our weight session, we were doing kettlebells, calisthenics, mobility work, just a variety of things. And then we got into the training session itself. Wendler's 5-3-1 worked better for us. And this is going to sound silly in a way, but because we only had to keep track of 4 basic numbers. The bench press, the squat variation, the deadlift variation, and the overhead press. That sometimes just the amount of record keeping got in the way. I would incorporate the Olympic lifts into other times of the year. I would incorporate mass made simple into other times of the year. I would incorporate sprint work and outdoor work other times of the year. So thank you for that question, Dave. I appreciate that.